Today we will show you creation of invoice, debit note, credit note, and its impact in 5 parts of accounts. That's party ledger, outstanding aging, SOA, income statement, and ledger by COA. To see the impact, we'll open now 5 individual windows. That's tab, and so that we can see the impact instantly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is, for example, party ledger. This one is for ledger by COA. This one is for aging report. This one is for income statement. This one is for SOA. Okay. Now we'll create an invoice, and to do that, we are going to documentation. We will find a house bill so that we can insert rate into that and create an invoice. For example, we are opening this one. That means this is the charges. In the charges, we'll enter customer, this one, receivable, paid, charges, for example, freight, ocean freight, USD 1081, 40 haiku, for example, it's 95, 96 the exchange rate. Then customer again, there may be more and more heads. We are willing to 2 or 3 heads, like documentation, maybe BDT 1500, quantity 1, it is per house bill, maybe exchange should be 1, this is local currency. So then customer, for the shipment for the same customer, it is receivable, prepaid, selfie, SCA, this is selfie code, like this is USD 10 per box, like 26. The exchanges, the ROE exchange rate, this exchange rate we can set it here, for example. Then we will not need to put every time. The system will fetch from there, that is exchange rate setup. If we set exchange rate here for a time period, like this is the fact, in this one we can set and saves. In that case, user will not need to put in the exchange rate every time. System will detect whether it is CR, import, export, this, then this, that, then they will fetch the exchange rate and put here. So we are saving. This is the receivable. The total receivable is this one, because we don't have any payables. That means all receivable are showing as CM, contribution margin. Now we will input payable entries as well. For example, carrier. For the same thing, we'll pay to carrier, that is liner, this one, payable, prepaid, OFT, USD 9,950 will pay, quantity 1 for 40 IQ, ROE 96, we're keeping same ROE. Then for example, selfie, sorry, liner, this one, payable, prepaid, SCA, selfie, USD 10 per box, 96. That means we are inserting both receivable and payable in the same screen, and now the CM, contribution margin, has reduced to 6,300. Now what we'll do, we'll do an invoice for this customer ECU. Within these 3 rows, with these 3 rows, we'll create an invoice. And to do that, I'm selecting these 3 rows, then create invoice. Here system will detect the address to be printed on the invoice. This address will be coming from the NMS. For example, in the NMS, there is CRM. You can see this party's name is ECU World. Party name is ECU World. We can search there, ECU World customer ECU. Then you will see there are so many addresses. One address is 3. All are same addresses. This address has come automatically here. System has detected it. Then currency, if you want to make it in local currency, that means all these 3 invoices will be printed as local currency. Local currency means this amount, and foreign currency means this amount. Internally, the local currency will be in for any financial entities. System will automatically keep the record for two currencies. One is manifestation currency, this one, another is local currency. For any type of financial transaction, maybe journal voucher, maybe money receipt, maybe invoice, everywhere, system will internally keep two type of currencies. So we are creating the invoice here. For example, local foreign currency we are doing. If we have any remarks, we can put here. If you want to put bank account, this is optional. If any of our customer asks for that, then they will be able to use it. They can just double click and see the available bank list here, so that they can select which bank they want to print on this invoice, particular this invoice they can put. This is required because sometimes you may put different bank to your agent, different bank to your CNF, different bank to your customer. For some customers you may have, for VIP customers you may have a different bank account, so that for individual customer, individual invoice, you can select your bank account yourself, but it rarely requires internal reference. Basically this is for very useful, this is very useful, that is for agents reference. Like you are creating a credit note, or for this case we are creating a credit note for a liner. We'll come back very soon on that. We will create a credit note for liner, and the liner invoice number we can put here, and later on we can search the system with that reference number, the credit note we have created. Okay, and you can update files, upload files to attach, keep attached with this invoice in the system. This attachment customers will not see, you can see later on. For example, for credit note, if you have the invoice people created to your organization, you can upload here, so that later on if any issues happens, you can see the invoice they have sent you, and against that what the credit note you have done. Okay, we are not doing so many things at this moment, we are just informing you. Then we can process. Before processing, we can see preview how that is, there is error. Currency code cannot be more than one once currency type is foreign, unable to process. The fact is, here we have two different currencies, BDT and USD, so that this invoice cannot be processed as foreign currency. This must have to be processed as local currency. So we are putting local currency. Then you can see the preview. This, the invoice will look like this one. Okay. Then we can process. That is one error. The booking is not updated. Feeder vessel details in booking level. Okay. Then what you do, without closing the window, you are opening a duplicate. Then 1279. This booking will open here. 1279. 1279. Then it has two house bills. What we do, this is FDR 001, just we are inputting something, FDR voice 001 ATD, for example today, last vessel FDR 02, something else. Then we can save. At the same time we can copy to all house bill of this booking, so that we don't stack up in next house bill or next invoice. Okay, then we can process. It has processed. Now we can preview it here, the amount and everything we can preview here, or you can directly send to the customer. So the money receipt, this option is under development. Now we will see the impact. This is the main part, impact. Issue line, earlier this one we can close. Issue line, this one we are closing. This is 5 windows, 1 2 3 4 5, for this 5 checkings. Party ledger, ECU, you see 98,460, 98,460, that is your debit to the customer. Now impact, ECU line impacts, this one ledger by CO will come later on, we are putting it here. Outstanding aging, ECU line, if you see 98,800, it is 0 to 30 days. After, for example, December 21, it will come here because it will be within 31 to 60 days unless it is paid. So I'm putting current date. Okay. Then income statement, you see your income is 98,000 460. It is operating income, no other costs, no other cost. Then after all your income is 98,460. Then statement of accounts, SOA, ECU line. If you see, then you can see they have this. If you want to put some optional columns, you can see here. In the SOA, you can set an email. That is option that I'm doing at this moment. Optional email schedule, that is schedule email. You can see a schedule icon. You can say weekly. You can set all this schedule. For this customer, system will automatically send this SOA to the customer, given to this email addresses automatically on that day. And you can set default columns. For example, for customers, which columns you want to set as default. For example, sales, job, MBA, party, import, export, total match, due. For example, these are the default you want to make. Then you can set it as default. Okay. Then ledger by COA. That means if you see your income was under C export. If you want to show the details, you can see under C export income. Under C export, you have three type of incomes: 96,000, C export, freight income, documentation income, other income. Total this one. So if you want to see this particular portion, we can see from here total transactions, only one transaction, that is 96,000 credit. Okay. Then we will create a money receipt against this invoice and we will see the impact simultaneously. That is, against this invoice we'll do a money receipt. We are just copying this invoice for better searching. To do the money receipt, we have to go to accounts. In fact, the invoice portion mainly done by operation people in the most of the organizations, and the money receipt it is done by accounts people. To do the money receipt, you have to go to create new. We can search with all this filtering. As long as we know the invoice number, we are directly putting the invoice number so that it will show only one row. That is, this is total outstanding. And customer is giving under cash. They are giving us cash, this amount. And out of this amount, they are paying us 50,000. Okay. Then what we will do? We will do the debit amount of 50,000 by cash. Then if we save, what will happen? Total amount this one and 50,000 will be collected. That means remaining will be 48,000 something. We are saving it. Then a money receipt will be created. Similarly, preview the money receipt. This is the invoice. This is the total amount. This is the received amount. This is the receipt, total receipt. You may receive in 5 or 4 times against one invoice. Then the last this invoice amount will be shown here. And total, if you have any previous collections, then system will show all together here. Then balance, if you have any balance, that means out of 98,000 you have collected 50,000 and you have remaining 48,000. You can send directly to the customer, or if you have a check factors, you can put in the check and you can download the PC. Okay, and similarly you can see the total amount, local balance amount is here. Total amount was that matched at this one. That means that this has been collected, and balance this one. You can collect this one now. You cannot collect more than that. Okay. Now we'll see the impact. That means remaining will be 48,000 and cash collection is 50,000. Now impact is party ledger. Now our outstanding is 98,000. If you are refresh now, it will be 48,000 something, because 50,000 already credited. That means already collected. Then party ledger is impacting. Then aging, here same thing will happen. 48,000 has been. Then income statement, it will not impact. We are in the summary. It will not impact income statement, but it will impact balance sheet. I'm showing you the balance sheet. You see the balance. Current asset is 98,000. That means cash 50,000 and 48,000 is outstanding account receivable. Earlier it was 98,000 full was our account receivable. Now 50,000 has gone to cash and 48,000 remaining in our account receivable. And reserve and surplus, that is retaining, under retaining, it is 98,000. That means total asset is this one is total asset, this one is total liability. These two are same. Then it is impacting the SOA as well. Now you see, this is that we can show total amount, match amount, total amount this one, match amount this one, remaining amount is this one. Then income is in the financial income, the amount is same, but if I really now check cash, we can see cash in hand is this one, 50,000, because we have collected this amount cash. If I really look into the receivable, account receivable, you can see there are two entries. 98,000 initially it was receivable. On the same fact, through this invoice there was 98,000 receivable, and through this MR 50,000 was credit. The balance account receivable is this one. You can see the all will have like 48,000, 46, everything will be reflecting same amount. Account receivable, this account receivable is same, everything will be reflecting same amount. And if you click, for example, anywhere invoice number, you can click on the invoice number, then the invoice will be coming, so that you don't need to go this window, that is the MR. You can see the MR, everything will be reflected here very easily. Then we are collecting again 30,000 of that. Similarly cash, for example 30,000, similarly cash BDT 30,000, then save. Then remaining amount is 18,000 something. You see, now this party ledger, another 30,000, 80,000. This one will also reduce. One thing, if you just click here, then you will be seeing the invoice details, what has happened. 98,000, 80,000 matched. 80,000 matched means earlier we have collected 50,000 and 30,000. If we click here, we can see through this money receipt we have collected 50,000, through this money receipt we have collected 30,000. That is total 80,000 we have collected and 18,000 is outstanding. You can download in Excel, the list showing here, you can download in Excel as well. And then the income statement, as long as collection, it is balance sheet item, so income statement will not be impacted. Balance sheet, you can see this amount will be 18,000, this amount will be 80,000, because cash and cash equivalent, cash 30,000 has been increased. Then this one will be 80,000, this one will be 18,000, that means this one will be 18,000. Then you can see account receivable, it will be impacted this way, and we can show another one, that is cash, so that you can understand it is easily. Cash is increasing, cash is increasing 80,000. Now again we'll collect 18,000 and 460 customer will not pay. This is forfeited. This amount will be forfeited. That means your cash debit BDT 18,000, for example. But if you know the amount will never be collected, and your management permit you to close the invoice, then you have to put all full amount, so that the system can adjust full amount. Despite you are collecting 18,000 only, 460 will not be collected. Then if you save, system will give a pop-up, you have a difference of 460 and it has been added as exchange gain and loss. You can now process, or you can clear and do something else, but we process basically. It's again 7, then it is processed. That means all 18,000 will be adjusted. Now you see impact of this one. Customer issue line 80,460, they don't have balance with you. You have adjusted everything. Here also no balance. Here no income impact. Balance sheet, you see no account receivable, all have been shown in cash and cash equivalent 98,000, but you had 98,460. That means the 460 balance exchange rate gain and loss that we have to show here. It has been adjusted with reserve and surplus, I guess. Then this one will be nil. This one will be 0. All receivable has been done. Cash and cash equivalent 98,000. The invoice amount was 98,460. 460. Then where is the remaining amount? The remaining 460 is under exchange rate gain and loss. Exchange rate gain and loss. It is under exchange rate gain and loss. It is under this one. That means balance sheet 419,125. 419,125. It should be under this one. It was supposed to be here. I think there is some problem with settings, I guess. That would look later on. Oh, here it is coming. So it is coming. All income statement, it is coming full amount. 90,400. Okay. Balance sheet 80. Okay. Now similarly we can create a credit note. You see the same way we can create a credit note. All the impacts will be same. Ocean M something M. Ocean network, this one I think. Yeah, this one. The same ocean network. This is not customer. See this one, credit, your credit. This one is credit. Sure, account payable, it's the expense. Income, now it has come to expense. This is other income one. This is other income. That is earlier it was not showing. Basically, I didn't click on show. It was supposed to come here. It basically it came, but mistakenly I didn't click on show. Balance sheet, you can see the receivable is nothing. Cash and cash equivalent. Receivable has turned to cash and cash equivalent, but payable it has increased. Once we will pay, the cash will be reduced. That I'm showing you. Then payable, you can see accounts payable. This one, I think is cash and cash equivalent. I can show you. From this account I will pay. It has 98,000 balance. Now I will pay out of 90. I will pay 80,000 from cash. For example, then the payment slip will be creating here. This is the payment slip. The remaining amount is this one. Then if we show, we have 12,000 credit, 80,000 matched. So 12,000 credit, 80,000 matched. Now if we show here, it is sorry, this is an income statement. The money sheet will not impact here unless it is an income statement item we input. Here account payable is now this one, and cash has been reduced because we have paid cash 80,000. That means cash is now reduced to 18,000 out of 98. 80,000 has been cashed out and adjusted with payable. Now we can see the credit note. It is this one. Everything is the same thing. Everything is reflecting the same thing. 18,000 cash, 80,000 paid to this payslip. You can click and see the which payslip was this one. Hope you have enjoyed, and next we will show you something new. Thanks for watching.